Okay. You are going to need note-taking materials for this live, virtual or physical. Additionally, you will need a second device to go to the turnarounddoctor.com, which is my website, so that you can see the 74 principles of real leadership. Today, we are discussing be flexible, which is what I was about to type into my tablet. That was not going to work. So note taking, virtual, physical, the choice is yours. However you see fit to learn the best way you need to learn. And we are all the way down in the natural section, be flexible. With that being said, go ahead and on your own, take 3 deep breaths. Inhale and exhale. I am Dr. Donna Louise Thomas-Rodgers, daughter of Leslie Darnell Thomas, granddaughter of Arthur Jethro Evelyn II, and great-granddaughter of Levi Thomas. Welcome to your morning mental workout. Today's topic is be flexible. How did we get here? Neurogenesis, which is the creation of new neurons in your amazing brain. They then turn into, or they create what's called neuroplasticity, and that is neural pathways being wired into your brain. So you begin to have certain behaviors that you demonstrate over and over and over and over again. You combine those with the theory of personal accountability, as well as the 74 principles of real leadership. And what you have then is neuropability. And that is the brain's ability to wire itself to unlimited neural pathways so that you can use the 74 principles of real leadership to access your best day in and day out. Where does this magic happen? It happens in the frontal lobe of the brain, in the executive function, which is commonly referred to as the CEO of the brain. So without further ado, let us use that amazing function of your brain today. Be flexible. For those of you who are joining or watching on the replay and you want to find out all about the 74 principles of real leadership, just go to the 74 principles of real leadership playlist. I was about to say live, but the playlist, start at the bottom, scroll all the way up. There I give an overview of all of the 74 principles of real leadership, and we are coming around third on me explaining every principle of real leadership to the point that I actually define each word in it so that you get a total understanding of the principles of real leadership. Good morning. So we are here today at Be Flexible. The definition of Be Flexible is this. Be. I said good morning. I love football. I said be. Okay, so the definition of be is to exist or to occur. And then flexible. The definition of flexible is capable of bending easily without breaking. That's the first definition. And then there are some extended definitions for you this morning. Well, one more, and then I will combine both of them together. Willing to change or adapt to different conditions or circumstances. Willing to change or adapt to different conditions or circumstances. Okay, let me explain something to you. I love football. I do a lecture every day at 5:30 a.m. You are being disruptive. Either go get some notes because this is your last day of school and you're going to start studying and working on your brain, or you're going to be removed. This is disruptive. I said good morning to you. It came back and said hi. I said good morning to you specifically. And now you are here disrupting me, talking about something that has nothing to do with what I am talking about. So if you're staying, go get some note-taking materials. If you're leaving, have a great day. Flexible, willing to change or adapt to different conditions or circumstances. So I have a post that says if you don't bend, well, actually in the book, if you don't bend, you'll break. You need to be flexible. Now, that doesn't mean that people get to walk all over you like you're a doormat, but it does mean that in your flexibility, you are going to benefit from being flexible. So what is the complete definition to be flexible? An apology accepted if you're still here. I just saw that. And apologize when you're wrong is one of the 74 principles of real leadership. So kudos to you. Be flexible. It means to be willing to willingly To be willingly or able to adapt to new, changing, or unexpected circumstances. Good morning, Regina. To be willing or able to adapt to new, changing, or unexpected circumstances. Okay, give me 1 second. Yes, ma'am. And we have people that are out of school, and so they have decided that they think that they're going to come over here with antics, but they don't understand whose live they just came across. Okay, so another part of being flexible means to show openness to change or willingness to adjust plans, your thoughts and your actions when it comes to your attitude, mindset, or approach to situations. So in essence, is your mama's back flexible? So excuse me for the regular people this morning, but we got some trolls over here that want to find out this morning. So we can adjust. Is your mama's back flexible? Because that's what I heard about the 3 different people who think that your daddy said. I see your note, Nola. So give us a moment, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. I see we ain't have nothing else to say. You can go. All right. So in essence, you need to show openness to change or willingness to adjust your plans, thoughts, or actions when it comes to your attitude, mindset, or approach to situations. As I mentioned again, when I put this hair on, the people with the Asian fetish decide that it is okay to say things that are offensive to me. And so I have to be flexible and go from being in a lecture mindset to going ghetto lectural or back in my stand-up comic days when I have a heckler that's in the audience and I need to let them understand that that's not going to happen on any day. So I can switch. Don't let none of this fool you at all. I am a thermostat and I will change the temperature in a minute. Okay. So what we're not going to do is have those antics this morning. I will wear whatever hair I want to wear. And if you want to think that that means something that it doesn't, then you can find out. Okay. So be flexible. In that capacity, you have to show openness to change, a willingness to adjust your plans, your thoughts, your actions when it comes to your attitude, your mindset, or your approach to situations. And I recognize that I have a block button and I can block it, but I can tell the difference when someone is attempting to do some dumb shit versus I'm gonna just block you without saying anything. Okay, so my question to you this morning is, why is it so hard for people to be flexible? So for those of you who can safely answer because you are not driving or working, why is it hard for people to be flexible? And I don't understand where my other pen is while we're doing this. Kevin, so many people just set in their ways. Exactly. Definitely. Comfort. And one thing that I would like to say is that since we have been in innovative, really in the pink portion of the real leader principles, the behaviors of the people who can't demonstrate them is exactly the same. They are stuck, cultural differences, fixed mindset, don't want to grow. So it's interesting that in the powerful, innovative, natural, and knowledgeable, because that's what pink means, that's where all of the unaccountability resides. It is everything in order for you to access those principles of real leadership. You cannot be unaccountable. You will not become pink. That's for sure. It will not happen. You will not access your power, the good stuff, the powerful, the innovative, the natural, and the knowledgeable. You are not going to be yourself. You're not going to be smart. You're not going to have great ideas, and you're not going to be powerful in your life, in your day-to-day activities, if you continue to remain unaccountable. I saw that when I was writing my notes yesterday. I did have energy, a different energy, to be able to prepare for this today. And so, yes, people often find it hard to be flexible for several psychological and emotional reasons. I promise you, I am going to find a different word for emotional that is feeling based. That's going to be a Dr. Donna dictionary, because every time I see emotion, I'm just like, it almost hijacks my amygdala. So the number one answer is fear of the unknown. And I've said this multiple days in a row, or multiple times when going over this, that it is fear of the unknown. I know this is a shit show, but this is the shit show that I know. I know this is a shit show, but this is the shit show that I know. Let me write that down. And I don't know what's out there, far, far, far out there in a different zip code, around the corner, around the block. So I'm gonna just stay here and be right here, stuck in a rut. Number two is comfort with routine. And Kevin, you just mentioned that people are set in their ways. I'm just comfortable. I'm comfortable. I know what this is, and this works for me, when it doesn't. And here's how you know, for the people who say that this is working for me. As soon as someone starts complaining, it's actually not working for you. Because when something is working out for someone, guess what they don't do? Complain. They actually don't complain. So people that it's working out for, they don't complain. They may say, wow, this is difficult, this is challenging. But the constant complaining day in and day out, because of the hardwiredness of the brain's neural pathway for negativity bias, if it's working for you, why you keep talking about how it ain't working for you? Doesn't make sense. That's double speak. So that is a problem. So you're comfortable with the routine, but you want the routine to change. I'm just looking for some excitement. Okay, we'll be flexible. No. I'm going to just go to a concert. That's just a dopamine boost. That's not the same thing as something that's rewarding and fulfilling on the daily basis. I can't wait till football season because, okay, and then what? Football season ain't going to help you do the job that you don't like. It's not going to help you deal with those recalcitrant employees that you have. It's not going to help you with that insignificant other that you just won't fucking leave because y'all trying to die, the other one to die so you could get the house. That's not going to work. So if you like the routine, celebrate that monotony, that day in and that day out. Celebrate it. Wake up with some party. Take your behind to Party City and go get some party favors and some blows and some confetti and a hat and throw it up in the air every morning. If it's working out for you so much, since you're comfortable in that routine, and I call it a rut team, because your butt is actually stuck in a doggone rut. 100,000%. Okay, number three is perfectionism or high standards. Perfectionism or high standards. And people kill me like, I'm a perfectionist. And I'm like, why your house junkie then? Why we standing in a pile of junk and we had to kick 6 socks and a shoe over just to have a conversation with you? Since you're so focused on perfectionism, organize this shit show of a life that you have. And my standards are just too high. My standards are just too high. No, they're not. I just saw who you were dating. You don't have high standards, okay? You don't. Set and maintain high standards is one of the 74 principles of real leadership, and most people don't have high standards. If you did, your health would be good. If you did, your finances would be in order. If you did, we could look at your offspring and say, yep, you got high standards, but you actually don't. But that's the lie that you tell yourself. And if you tell your mind a lie long enough, it will start to believe that it is the truth. And that's why people like lying to themselves. I'm going to go ahead and lose these other 20 pounds. I'm going to go ahead. And so the brain's like, okay, cool. Did we do it? We must have did it. We must have already did it. And then it just lets you think that it's already been done, and it hasn't been done. I'm going to get my ish together. When? When is that going to happen? So this perfectionism and high standard of I just got to get it right. I just got to get it right. I mentioned this book several times. Michael Masterson wrote a book, Ready, Fire, Aim. If you don't fire, you don't know what adjustments to make. You can keep talking about it, but be about it. That's where you should stay in the hood. Don't talk about it, be about it. Meet me on the corner. Air an opportunity. So just go ahead and don't talk about it, be about it. Fix it after it's here. You can't fix your imagination. Something that you have in your head, until you make it a reality, you ain't going to be able to fix it. So start already, and then finish what you start is one of the 74 principles of real leadership. Number 4 is lack of confidence. Lack of confidence. The unaccountable people have you believing that you can go buy confidence. And no, you can say, no, you don't. You can't buy confidence, Dr. Donna. Okay, cool. Let's conduct the experiment today. In your time, just take some time this morning, or even do it virtually. If you shop virtually and then people, you just go pick it up or somebody delivers it. Go ahead and buy some confidence. Go down the confidence aisle. Good morning, Lola. Go down, and this is what I want you to do for me. I want you to go to a retail store and go down the confidence aisle and take a picture of it. You know how at the end they tell you what's in that aisle? So either take a picture of the confidence in the aisle or up if it's in the ceiling and send it to me. Okay, message me. You can message me on Instagram. You can message me on I'm on Instagram, X, Snapchat, TikTok, and Lemonade. So you can even message me on LinkedIn. Lola does it all the time. So message me. I want to see, and please tell me what store it is so that I can put it behind me tomorrow and say I was wrong. So that's a challenge for anybody. Go and show me where you can go buy confidence at. Go in a bookstore and tell me, go to the public library, confidence aisle, and then tell me what's in it. So take some pictures of the confidence that's in that aisle, because you can't do it. And I could be wrong. And I'm okay. Apologize when you're wrong is one of the 74 principles of real leadership. So tell me I'm wrong. If you can go buy confidence, if it's in a food and beverage aisle, let me see what it is, because this water came from Sprouts. So if it has to say confidence on it. Okay. So tell me if it's some lip balm, it's some confidence lip balm. If it's some confidence, if it's some Germex, if you get it say confidence on the crystals, if it's a confidence tripod, if it's a confidence tablet, you know what I'm saying? If it's a confidence pencil sharpener, y'all probably trying to figure out how in the hell big is my desk. There's still people that use flash drives. Is it a confidence desk? If it's confident, just show me where you can purchase it at. I would love to know. So a lack of confidence. Unaccountable people got you thinking you could go buy confidence. You could pull up in it. You could put it on. It's a lotion. I got what you doing. I'm putting on my confidence lotion. I got some confidence shower gel. No, you don't. And that's why you can't be flexible. And yes, that's about to be a highlight because that was good. All right. Cultural or upbringing influences. I think we have been in I and N, and every time I turn around, we're talking about this cultural and this upbringing influence, Maslow's hierarchy of need, number 3, family, friends, and all of that. And that shit just keeps stopping you. So your stins and your stuck Malik keep stopping you from becoming your best. And you keep staying there, complaining, but talking about his comfort. I love my family. We toxic as hell. We dysfunctional as hell. But I just love them. We just love on each other. That's how we love. That's how we love. No. Y'all got it twisted. That's not how you do that. That's incorrect. Y'all got the wrong damn manual for that. Okay, so your cultural or upbringing influences. And that's what's stopping you from being flexible, because they all stuck. They're like, what you doing over there? Like, Dr. Donna trying to move. Y'all see her? She actually trying to move. Go stop her. Stop her. Oh, we stuck. Okay. Hey, Dr. Donna, come back. Come back over here. What you doing over there? That ain't for us. Come back. Oh, scary people. Saber-tooth tiger. No, come back. And what you do? Turn around and go back. And you in the family photo too. With your matching pajamas. Sitting there, blinking. Yeah, we doing that. Yep. You and your stuck, Malik. Y'all there together, looking stuck. Cultural influence, control issues. Control issues. So people need to feel in control. So they may resist because it makes them feel powerless. So anybody with control issues ain't going to be flexible. They are not going to be flexible. I had someone I went to high school with. She's 2 years younger than me. We both have alopecia. Hers, I forget the name of it because it's not my diagnosis, but her hair fell out over her whole body once when she was a child, and now it's completely gone because she's in her late 40s. I'm in my early 50s. So she has no eyelashes, eyebrows, or nothing. And so instead of embracing the fact that she doesn't have hair, she gets 2 human hair wigs made a year. That's it. She got one for the spring, summer, fall, winter. She ain't changing. Everybody's trying to talk to her about it. Husband, her other cousin that has it, no, 2. That's it. She is a Capricorn, and she is gonna have those 2 human hairs, and that's it. And she don't even keep them. So like there isn't this repertoire of wigs. It's just this is where I am because you can't control your hair loss. It's gone. You ain't shit you can do about it. You walk around, you see people, even men get to grow out a beard or something, and you don't have any hair on your whole body or on your head. That's something that you have to grow through. But you're like, I'm going to control this, and this is going to look like my natural hair. I'm like, y'all know this ain't my hair. I'm going to change my hair probably 3 times today, or another, at least at a minimum 1 more time. So control issues. And then number 7, emotional attachment. So people often form emotional attachments to familiar people, places, or routines. That's how you end up staying stuck in your stuckmily, is because you have an emotional attachment to them. Sometimes it's Stockholm syndrome, sometimes it's due to gaslighting, and every now and then it's due to you actually love and care about those people. And that's what stops you from being flexible too. There's no way that I would be on this live with this background doing all of these things if I was still talking to my mother and her ex-husband and my older sister, because they are stuck. How do I know they're stuck? Because if you take a photo of my sister right now, the only reason why you would know that it was a different year is because she potentially has gray hair. That's it. Same hairstyle, same type of dress, all of them. And there's nothing wrong with a classic look, but a dated look lets you know that that person hasn't changed, because as soon as you start talking, if the new words coming out of their mouth shows that their working memory is working, now you know that that person is flexible and it's changing. But if they like, yeah, I don't know nothing about the Facebook and the TikTok and all that, and then they over there with these digital TVs, you ain't supposed to watch the computer on the TV. How you watch the computer on the TV? The computer is the computer and the TV is the TV. Stuck in a rut. Definitely. So this emotional attachment that you have to these people because you love them, because you grew up with them, because you've been friends since the 2nd grade and all of that is the reason why you can't be flexible. And go ahead, try to move your house. Secondarily, put a back brace on and go move your house. Try to move any part of your house. Just push it over your apartment, whatever, just because your car can go in neutral and it can roll. But just, go give it a little push this morning and see if you're going to move that or if you're going to get moved. You're going to find yourself on the ground. Need some emergency. Don't do that because that's not safe. It's theoretical. So you stay there with them and you have this emotional attachment and you just want somebody to change. You just wish somebody would change. And I'm going to ask this question and be honest. And if you haven't answered the poll question, answer it. Have you ever stayed in a relationship too long with somebody because you really just knew, man, if you found yourself saying, I'm guilty of it. I had a 10-year relationship and I ended it in August of 2015. I circled back around on that person, and that person is in 2015. They just lost some weight, but they are in 2015. I kid you not. In 2015. They got 3 grandkids now, and they had 3 children, 3 grandchildren, and they are in 2015. And so I do not say, see, now I should, I made the right decision in 2015, and it is still the right decision in 2025. So how many of you have stayed because of that emotional attachment and you still over there like, I didn't need to stay in my marriage for 7 years to know where that shit was going. I was at the 2-year mark like, yep, not going to do this. And my ex-husband is exactly the same person he was when I met him on Mother's Day at Faith World Church in Orlando, Florida. And good morning, Graham. Good morning, Sabrina. So emotional attachments. And he about to be 60 years old this year in October. And he is the exact same man I met 24 years ago. Exact same man. So Lord no. And I was looking like I was 40 back then. So I probably look like I'm about 75 now if I had stayed. Been right there stuck with all my matronly doggone clothes on. Damn big ass clothes, skinny as I am. That shit didn't make no sense. Anyway, but I was a good, submissive wife, if y'all can believe that, for about 9 seconds. Yeah, Nola hates to look at those photos of me married. That ain't you. I don't want to see those photos. I'm like, you wasn't even there for that part, half of it. But you can't look back at it. So the question on the table is this. Have you stayed in a relationship too long because of emotional attachment and you weren't flexible? Yay or nay? Thumbs up, thumbs down. And I even had emotes for that when I was doing lives on TikTok. Have you stayed too long? Did you do a Jodeci? Can you stay for a little while? Don't talk, just listen. Stay too long. Yes, I resemble that remark. Okay, so in summary, the 7 reasons why people can't be flexible is this. Number 1, fear of the unknown. Number 2, comfort with routine. Number 3, perfectionism or high standards. Number 4, lack of confidence. Number 5, cultural or upbringing influences. Number 6, control issues. And number 7, emotional attachment. And I think if I had to rank order these, I would say number 1 is fear of the unknown, and then number 2, comfort with routine, if I had to pick 3, and then emotional attachment. Because you can only do what the people around you do if you want to stay with them. So you have to ask yourself, do I want to grow and go, or do I want to stay stuck and have people around me that are stuck too? So in summary, being flexible requires emotional resilience, open-mindedness, and a willingness to learn and adapt. Emotional resilience, open-mindedness, and a willingness to learn and adapt. Being flexible can be blocked by fear, habit, or a rigid mindset. Being flexible can be, I see your answer, Kevin, thumbs down. Being flexible can be blocked by fear, habit, or a rigid mindset. And flexibility is a skill that can be developed over time through self-awareness and intentional effort. I think that's the most important part before we move on to the steps to how to be flexible. Flexibility is a skill that can be developed over time through self-awareness and intentional effort. Here's what I'd like to say to that. Personal accountability is personal. Okay, so that's the most important part of that. Personal accountability. Because there are people who are accountable, but it's personal accountability, because the personal part is how you get to best. If you're just accountable, you're only going to get to 70%. That's a percentage. You're not going to get all the way to 100%, which is best day in and day out. So when you know who you are, can't nobody tell you who you ain't. But in order to become personally accountable, you have to fix you first. You literally have to fix all your defects of character, your generational curses, your strongholds, and all the other shit that's wrong with you. That I'm perfect, ain't nothing wrong with me. Yes, it is. It's a bunch. It actually is. How do I know that? Because you grew up in an environment that was personally unaccountable. So even if you try to do everything correct, like myself, I grew up in a house where there was some toxicity. So you might not be all the way jacked up, but you still got some stuff going on up here neurologically that took place during your formative years. It's just how the world, because of the hardwiredness of negativity bias, it could have been a sibling, a cousin, a teacher, a friend, a mean girl at school, a bully or something. You came across some person who was unaccountable, hijacked your amygdala, and there is some type of there. Whether it was natural, you just came here being afraid of heights or being afraid of flying or something. And if you don't deal with that, if you don't address that, if you don't become aware and attack that fear and tell that amygdala, sit down, be humble, only tell me when real threats are showing up, you're not going to be able to be flexible, completely flexible. You're not. It takes intentional effort to be flexible. I am now currently drinking decaf black coffee. First of all, when I left the military, they said, you're either going to leave the military smoking or drinking coffee. I didn't smoke and I didn't drink coffee. I didn't even start drinking coffee till 2005. So I've been drinking coffee off and on for 20 years. And 2 years ago, I decided it's time for me to get rid of added sugar and caffeine. The caffeine is because it causes hot flashes and adds to perimenopausal and menopause. And so black coffee, I like sugar, got a bunch of fillings because I had cavities growing up because I used to just eat candy. And so I had to eliminate added sugar as well. So I like sugar. I liked it when I started drinking coffee because I wanted to taste like hot chocolate. I was like, oh, I could do a caramel latte. I could do a breve. I could do all these other things. And it's so great. And then I said, okay, cool. You at home, you're going to drink black coffee. And now it's going to be decaf. So it's like, how do you do it? But I'm flexible enough now. I can go to Coffee Bean Tea Leaf, get my caramel brevet extra hot with decaf. There you go. Every now and then, nice little treat is still decaf. But day in and day out, I'm drinking decaf black coffee, nothing in it at all, because of my intentional ability to say I need to be able to be flexible. Because if I only drink the sugary drinks, that's a problem. If I only drink black coffee, because the black coffee drinkers are, there ain't no real coffee over there with all, you done bitched it up, putting cream and sugar in your coffee. You got to drink the coffee that put hair on your chest. No, you don't. You actually don't. And what I find interesting is that coffee drinkers are like people who drink alcohol. Oh, so you got to put sweetener in yours. So, okay, you can't drink it straight. No, I drink mine straight out the bottle. I eat the coffee grounds and put water in my mouth and swish it around and make cold coffee. I got a cold brew. So no, you have to be flexible and be aware of what's going on. So I had to be aware, wait a minute, I'm just drinking this coffee because it got all this sugar in it. I don't even really like caffeine, but I do like sugar. So let me be flexible and take that away. Take that thing away. So part of it for me is how much without, and it's not self-denial to the point where it's like, oh, I don't enjoy anything. It's like, no, discipline. Can you give up these things, these devices and vices? Because if I find myself saying I need and it's not water and it's not something healthy, hold up, doc. You're not getting that. No, we don't have any brown sugar, white sugar, agave, none of that stuff in our house anymore. And 10 years ago, all that shit was there. Definitely. 15 years ago, it was definitely in the house. And now it's not. We don't have added sugar. We don't add sugar to anything. So if it ain't already sweet, when it get here, it ain't going to be sweet because it is here. So being flexible in everything that you do. Yes, that is true about the alcohol analogy. And so I'm saying this to say you have to be flexible. I started my adult life as a second lieutenant in the Army, and I thought I was going to be a colonel or full bird colonel or a general. And after 5.5 years, I said, yeah, so here's my resignation. Is the door that way, or how do I get the fuck out of here? And then I started at Frito-Lay and thought, oh, yeah, this is a company that's going to be here. I will be here 9 years, 2 months, and some change. It's getting ready to be June 25th. It's getting ready to be my 15th year anniversary of being gone. Not doing that either. And so I needed to be flexible and be able to call audibles because I became more self-aware. And I was intentional about it the entire time. Now, at my core, I've been this way my whole time, but the flexibility is in committing to doing this. I committed to being married, and my ex-husband didn't. So as a result, that ended. I'm flexible to say this ain't working. You cheated. I told you not to cheat. You cheated. Okay, cool. I'm out. The door this way or that way. So being flexible happens when you know who you are. When you don't know who you are, you don't think that you need to be flexible, but your brain is saying, something ain't right about this. And you're like, yeah, fuck that. And we ain't listening to you. Let me go to a party. Let me go shopping. Let me go do something. But that gut, remember that gut brain is sending 400 messages to the head brain every single day. And if you stop listening to your gut, you're going to be stuck in a rut. Hold up. That's another one. Okay, so I have a question for you. And the question, no, I don't have a question for you. Steps to be flexible. Steps to be flexible. Number one, change your fixed thinking. You cannot be flexible and fixed at the same time. That's why the question is, be honest. Are you fixed or are you flexible? You can't be fixed and flexible at the same time. It's not going to work. It's not going to work. That's like you can't run and sleep at the same time. One of them takes you being vertical in some exercise clothes, and the other one takes you laying down being in some comfortable clothes. Because your running clothes are not the clothes that are comfortable. I don't, because then it's tight, the shoes and all that. You might have to have some knee braces or something on. You need a camel pack with some water if you live in a warm climate like we do. So challenge your fixed thinking. You can't be fixed and flexible at the same time. It is impossible to do. So that's number one. Number two, as always, start small. Start small. Go slow to go fast. You can't say, oh, I'm about to be flexible. Take your butt to, you've never done yoga before, and you're going to go to the expert yoga class. You're going to go not to the beginners or the intermediate, but the advanced. And your ass is, you think you're about to go do standing bow pose. for a whole minute. Yeah, I got this. Move out the way, instructor. And you're going to find out that your back leg and your hand, like, wait, hold up. You got to put this hand in that foot, the same hand in the same foot with this arm out and move forward and stand up on one leg. Like, nah. Me? No, 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 no. You go try to sit in chair pose and you're going to be on the floor. Heavens to best if you try to do plow or something or bridge, your back going to be like, listen, they're going to have you in bridge, in traction, putting you in the ambulance to take you to see somebody. You're going to need medical attention. So start small. Start small with being flexible. So you can do something as simple as if you drink sugary coffee drinks, get it half calf decaf. If you're trying to get rid of caffeine, don't go cold turkey like me, because you're going to look like Diana Ross in doggone Lady Sings the Blues in that straitjacket in that rubber room. Don't do that to yourself, okay? Half calf. Start with half calf and then do 2/3 and then transition over. Give yourself 21 days to transition out of that thing. Do not go cold turkey like me. It was 2 weeks of hell. I was crying. I was depressed, everything else. Don't do that. Don't do that at all, but start small. If you always go to the same restaurant and order the same damn thing, order something else. Order the doggone, if you order chicken, order beef. If you have never had a vegan meal before, go ahead and try it. But just be flexible. If you're trying to get more vegetables in your diet, don't start with Brussels sprouts or kale. You ain't going to be, listen, go to broccoli, okay? Broccoli, you can put some seasoning on it. You can add it to something else, but steer clear of Brussels sprouts and kale, because you ain't cut out for that. I eat a Brussels sprout salad, a coleslaw, and every time I eat it, Nola, well, not every time, but one time I was eating it, Nola said, that smelled like grass. And not weed, actual grass from outside. She's like, we were in the car together, and I just stopped eating. I'm like, don't talk about my food like that. I like this Brussels sprout coleslaw, but you got to work your way up to that. You start with some lettuce or something, you know what I'm saying? Some romaine lettuce, do a chicken salad or something, but you steer clear from raw kale or Brussels sprouts, because that is not for the faint. That is not for people with the faint of heart. So start small. Number 3, practice self-awareness. That's why I tell you, you have a 16 to 18 hour day every single day. You deserve 15 minutes or more with yourself. With yourself. Take yourself out on a date. It is date night. For who? For me and me? For me and me. I'm about to put on my good shit. We going to a good restaurant. No, can't nobody else come. I'm taking me out. And when they ask you, who is this? Is this a reservation for how many? 2. Me and me. Set up a second table. A second set of placeware. Yes. Are they coming? Yeah, they're here already. Let's go have a seat. No, don't do that, because they might do a wellness check on you. But you got to practice self-awareness. Take yourself out on a date. I am dating myself, and I love myself. I love me some me. I'm going to send me some flowers. I'm going to take me shopping and give me a nice gift. I'm going to give me a card from Hallmark. Look at this, between me and you. Listen, you, I love you. You are amazing. You make me laugh. You keep me in check. You keep me clean, and my skin is soft because of you. I love you so much. Look at you, always flossing your teeth and brushing your teeth and exfoliating. Man, I should marry you. Okay, so what you're going to do is pay attention to how you react to change while you are becoming self-aware. So when you take yourself on this date, you're going to say, hey, self, earlier today when you were supposed to go get that half calf at Coffee Bean and Tea Leaf and you didn't, why didn't you? Did you feel that it was too much? Were you anxious? Did you go, ooh, but what if it tastes bad? I've got to pay $6-8 for that drink. I can't be messing up my money like that. So you're going to go and check in with yourself when you find that you wasn't being flexible. But you want to do it in a calm, nurturing environment. Don't be in the middle of rush hour traffic cussing yourself out for not being flexible, because you're doing white knuckle driving right then and there. That's not the time to do it. Say, listen, we got to go and talk to each other. We got to find out what's stopping us from being flexible. And then once you recognize the pattern, you can interrupt them and choose a more flexible response. So you take yourself out on a date, you're sitting there, you're chilling, you got your meal, your book, or you're listening to some music with your earbuds or something. And then you say, so tomorrow, self, we're going to go back to Coffee Bean and Tea Leaf. And we're going to tell Ari, hey, how I normally get my drink? I'm trying something new today. We're going to do a half calf. And you're going to say, from now on, I'm going to keep coming when you at work. You work on Wednesdays, right? So every Wednesday, I'm going to order a half calf. And you keep doing that. And then the neural pathway for be flexible is there. You don't start in bridge pose in the advanced yoga class. You simply start with, I'm going to do a half calf because I'm just building the doggone neural pathway. When you are building something from the ground up, you might have to excavate the land, get everything nice and smooth. You got to get pipes and all that stuff. You don't just start building, oh, we're just going to build a 30-story building right here. No, you don't even know if the ground is sound for that. So you just start with something small every Tuesday. And when you go to Taco Tuesday, you're going to get vegan tacos, veggie tacos instead of chicken tacos. Just start with something small. You're going to just breathe every hour for 5 minutes just meditate. So you do something small and work your way up. And as soon as you find yourself being inflexible and you go, I don't want to do that. You're going to go sit with yourself. You're going to go sit outside, look at the sky and say, why didn't we do that thing that we said we we're going to do today? What happened, self? What's going on? Like, dang, because remember the last time we did that, somebody said we were stupid or something. And all these things are going to start showing up to let you know what is the root cause of your inflexibility. What neural pathway is actually there, and you're going to prune that neural pathway and replace it with flexibility. Now, number 4 is you got to be open to feedback. Solicit feedback is one of the 74 principles of real leadership. So you have to be open to feedback, not criticism. Criticism attacks you. Feedback is helping you with your performance or your behavior. Somebody started talking about you ain't shit and you suck and all that. That's criticism. It's not constructive. It's destructive. And I even looked on ChatGPT the other day and they got a definition for constructive criticism and I had to know to throw feedback in there. I'm like, nah, criticism is bad. I don't give a fuck what positive words you put before it. Criticism is bad. That root word, it's bad because it's still going to attack you. You're going to be getting gaslit, trying to make it seem, I'm going to give you some constructive criticism. No, you're not. Because the tone, the delivery, how you saying it, I know I'm not going to want to receive it. So be open to feedback is number 4. You're going to seek first to understand and then be understood. So you're going to talk to yourself and say, hey, so why didn't you order that drink? Help me understand what was taking place. You might have to go back. When I walked in, it was a song on the radio and it was Jodeci, Just Stay. And I remember when I broke up, that homeboy sent me the song talking about just stay, and I stayed and the marriage went left. So now you had a trigger inside a doggone coffee bean tea leaf. And so you was like, hell no, I need some comfort. Give me my regular drink. And you didn't even realize that it was because it was a song that was playing on the radio. Now you can go, okay, got it. So next time I'm in there, I can't pay attention to the song. I have to go and do what I need to do. And what this does is this opens you up to be more flexible and more adaptable. So you have to assess yourself. The self-awareness is, why am I inflexible? Why do I have this inability to embrace change, be adaptable, and grow forward? Number 5, you have to manage stress proactively. Manage stress proactively is number 5. And you can meditate, you can do some deep breaths, you can use your eliminate and minimize stress neural pathway, because that's one of the 74 principles of real leadership. So sometimes you can eliminate stress immediately, all of it together. I can get divorced, and sometimes you can minimize it by, in Nola's business, doing everything we can, because there's so many things outside of our control that we get it down to a point where we can still do the work that she's been hired to do. So flexibility means you can't have a hijacked amygdala. If you have a hijacked amygdala, you are going to seek safety and comfort. So when you feel that, I'm sweating, you got to ask yourself, is this a false positive? Is this actually a threat to me and I need to shut down and defend myself? Or is this Jodeci Stay playing on the radio in coffee bean and tea leaf stopping me from ordering a half calf? So you got to be in your frontal lobe to assess the actual threat, the actual stress that's actually there. And then you handle stress when it shows up. You eliminate it or you minimize it based upon the steps. And if you want to know what those steps are, go back to the eliminate or minimize stress in the 74 principles of real leadership playlist. And that information is located there for you. Number 6 is you have to adopt a growth mindset. They have adopt a pet. You can adopt a child, but very few people adopt a growth mindset. So go get your adoption papers together. Go to a growth mindset facility and say, yes. So I'm here. I want to adopt a growth mindset. Is this the application? Okay, cool. So I fill this out right here. Now, how long does it take? Oh, it's instant. As soon as I feel like this application, it's gonna be right there. I'm just gonna. Oh, I just got to start doing it. Oh, okay, bet. All right, now how do you check on me? Personal accountability. Okay. I think I'm gonna come back. I'll be back. Can I just hold it? I'm gonna be back. No, you're gonna adopt the damn growth mindset and you're gonna stick to it. Grow continually is one of the 74 principles of real leadership. And number 7, set flexible goals. Set flexible goals. So if you set inflexible goals, you can't be flexible. I'm going to the Army and I'm going to stay there for 20 years. But it's not going well. It sucks. It's terrible. You're being treated bad. And oh Lord. And then Nola told me to tell the story. I'm going to try to tell this story. So when I say that I put my paperwork in to get out of the Army, because Colonel Jurisco wanted to make me the first African-American female company commander of the 101st Airborne Division company for Fort Campbell. He's trying to Jackie Robinson me. And I said no, and I got out of the military because the white boys was fucking with me. And I knew that my life was on the line. And so that's why I got out of the military, because they was fucking with me in garrison. And I'm like, we got to deploy, and somebody gonna fucking kill me. I'm safer here, but out there. And I got out of the Army. I left actually on April 11th, 2001. And what happened that same year? September 11th happened. And that unit that I was gonna command got deployed. So when I say that I couldn't be here today, that shit is true. 3 of them, 3 captains was coming for me. So I had to go. I was like, nah, y'all motherfuckers gonna try to kill me. And then I couldn't, yeah. So anyway, I had to be flexible. I had to be flexible so I could be here for today. Give me a second. That was Country Boys. Okay. So you got to set flexible goals. Define goals, but allow different paths to reach them. Define goals, but allow different paths to reach them. So my mission is there are 6.8 billion adults being unaccountable, and how I get to them changes based upon the new information and the new research that I have every day. And this allows you to stay focused, but open to better or unexpected solutions. I have been live today. Oh Lord, I've been counting. Give me 1 second. Okay, I didn't wrote down 570. All right, so that's 570. That's 572 days today. Started out just seeing what was going to happen on live, and this is what has actually taken place, is that we are all the way here after 572 days, and you have this amazing information. I'm sitting here with a brain t-shirt on. Sometimes I have a brain black background. Neuropability is here, and a bunch of other things are here because of my flexibility to say, when I wrote this book way back in 2008 and 2009, published it, who knew that it was going to evolve and turn into what we have today? Number 8, surround yourself with adaptable people. If you stay with stuck melees and stands, you are going to be stuck in a rut and can't get your rut up. You're going to shine, and you're not going to be able to move. So stay with adaptable people, people that are going to grow forward. Grow continually is one of the 74 principles of real leadership, as I mentioned. And so you want to surround yourself with adaptable people. Learn from people who handle change well. If you got somebody, the sky is falling, chicken little, every time you change even the recipe inside of something that you make, add something or take something away, and they have lost their mind, that's not the person that you want around. You have to have people who are willingly, give me 1 second, because now my nose is running because of the tea. Okay, so learn from people who handle change well. No scary people at all. If they don't handle change well, steer clear of them. Observe how they think and speak and act. So when shit hits the fan, observe the thermometers, the thermostats in the room. Calm, cool, and collected. Cool as the other side of the pillow. Observe them and what they do. They're going to stay in their frontal lobe. They are going to start asking questions. They're going to assess what's happening, and then they are going to develop a solution to handle the situation that causes you to need to be flexible. Even when it's time to change, I give myself 15 minutes of, I don't fucking feel like doing it. This is some bullshit. Why I gotta do this? Don't you know? So I gotta do something else as if I ain't got a bunch of other shit to already fucking do. This is some fucking bullshit. And within 15 minutes, I'm done. And now I'm making a strategy. Okay, so this is how I'm getting ready to change. This is what I'm getting ready to do. And then I just start executing a strategy. Most of the time, it don't take me 15 minutes. I'm really like probably down to about 5, but I do give myself that window to just really feel what I'm feeling. Why am I feeling this? Assess why I don't want to do this thing. And then I assess the benefits of implementing this change and being flexible. And then I grow forward. So the other thing is flexibility is contagious. If you find yourself around flexible people, you will then become flexible too. So just like negativity is contagious, flexibility is contagious, because flexible people will just do it. If you go to an advanced yoga class, they are just in all those different positions and they're just doing it. Nobody's going, shit, They're just bending and back bending and head standing and standing splits and doing all these things. And you're like, one day, one day I'm going to be that flexible. But for now, I'm going to just do down dog. And that can be enough. And so the more you see it in action, the easier it is to model. When I was taking actual yoga classes, I now have enough information to do it myself. But when I first started and I couldn't do any, I'm like, how? Because when I was 37, I left Frito Lay. And it was the most inflexible I had ever been in my life. Imagine that, physically and mentally. And now I'm like, how? This can't be. And now there are things that I do at 52 that 37, absolutely impossible for me to do. So once you start being flexible and you get that neural pathway going, you consistently just become more mentally flexible. And then you will find that you become physically flexible as well. So the final thought, flexibility is not weakness. Okay? It's not. Being flexible is not being a doormat. Being flexible is you making a choice to say, I'm making this decision because this new change, this concept, or the change in action is going to lead me to my best. That's why I'm making the choice to be flexible. But when somebody's saying, you need to be flexible, I'm over here trying to steal your shit and use all your talent for me, and you won't let me do it. That's not, that's boundaries, okay? So if somebody is trying to step over, remove, blow up your boundaries, no, that's when you hold them personally accountable for you yourself personally. And you go, no, you're not stepping over a boundary. I have limits. And the answer is no. The flexibility is for you so that you can grow forward. So it's not a weakness. It's strength in motion. It literally is strength in motion. To be able to say, I've been drinking caffeine for 30 years, make it a half calf. That is strength in motion, because your objective, your goal is to get to decaf. It's to get to decaf. Your goal is, if you have an issue with substance abuse, your goal is to get to sobriety. So it is, no, I can't do that. They say in Alcoholics Anonymous, don't go to wet places. Nope, y'all have alcohol there. Nope, I'm not coming. That's flexible. I'm not going to be at the family cookout because I can't, if I smell that Hennessy, I'm going to drink it. So no, I'm going to opt out. That's being flexible, and it's strength in motion, because you are moving towards the thing that is going to lead you to your best. And the more you practice it, the more confident and capable you'll feel in a world that's constantly changing. And the world might be changing, but the people are staying the same. And that's the problem. But you become more confident. So I say it all the time, confidence is an inside out job. And as I said at the beginning of the live, please go to a retail store and show me the aisle where the confidence is. How you can go, yes. So, or if you back in the day go to the liquor store on the corner, yeah, man. So let me get a pack of Pall Mall, some Cools, and some Virginia Slims 100. Yep. So I need some cups and all that, and you leave. So go to the bodega, to the corner store, whatever, however, the 7-Eleven, the AM, PM, the Circle K, and go ahead. And while people, they get your Black Miles and all that, say, yeah, let me get a 6-pack of confidence while I'm here. Yep, I got a 6-pack of confidence. I got a 6-pack of here. I got the lotion and everything. I'll put it all on. I got my confidence toolkit up here. It's not going to happen, because you got to fix you first. The confidence comes from the inside out. It is not lotion. It is action in motion. That's what it actually is. Okay? So a world that is constantly changing. you are going to have to be flexible. And it's really the things in the world are changing, but the people are the same. And the reason why so many people are inflexible is because people are stuck in a rut and they can't get their gut up. All right, that's all that I have for you this morning. What did you learn today about yourself? And what did you learn? So, what did you learn today? And what did you learn about yourself? I'm going to reveal the results of the poll question. And the results of the poll question are: be honest. Are you fixed? Are you flexible? 71% of the people said flexible, and 28% of the people said fixed. I wonder why when it's an even number, that don't add up. That's 99. Like, how is that mathing like that? I guess, wonder if I'm gonna check, because I think even when it's odd, it's not at 100%. It's interesting. It's just me mathematically. So dot if you're here, because the last thing I have is Graham saying that's a great idea. And please don't tell me I'll have to go out for this last little bit. That's no bueno. So can someone type something so I'll know that the chat is still here? Okay, Graham, thank you. I have learned that what I'm doing is opening my flexibility and changing routes and dating myself. Okay? Nolan is typing dot. And to go back to me getting out the military, the 3 Proud Boys wanted that command. And they felt like I had skipped the line. I didn't deserve that. And one thing about being in the Army, you can make friendly fire look like an accident. And I had enough of fighting every day the enemy with the same uniform as me. Nola, I learned that being flexible is allowing God to guide you, to guide your life. And I learned that being flexible is how you grow to the next thing. Yes, ma'am. All right. And Kevin, learned having control issues is a key part of not being flexible. That is correct. So you have to ask yourself, why do I want to be in control? Why do I feel like if I'm not in control, what's going to happen if I let this thing go? I have a t-shirt that says, let that shit fall apart. So what will happen if you let that shit fall apart? And my family members used to accuse me of being, and friends, Stens, and stuff millies used to accuse me of being too rigid and all of that. But as I got older, what I realized is I had boundaries that I was not willing to let them cross or pull down just so they could get whatever it is that they wanted me to do from me. So that's not the same thing. Because going to the military at 17 years old while I was still in high school is definitely being flexible. Everybody else was at summer camp and had jobs. I was at basic training in damn war. Rumblings of Desert Storm broke out. I tell you. Okay, Kevin, myself, I've seen great improvement in my flexibility and in my confidence from taking the PA challenge. And I would agree with you 100%. Yes, sir. I remember your first turn risk challenge video. Yes, and now you are just taking risk and off and running, doing your own thing, doing your thug thizzle. No, you're not. Okay, so yeah, that's all I have. As Graham said, take yourself out on a date. Do something nice for yourself. It doesn't have to be expensive. It just treat yourself. That used to be on Parks and Recreation. They used to say that. So treat yourself and give yourself a lot of grace for being flexible and learning how to use your brain as it was actually designed to function. Because this work is simple, but it's not easy, especially in environments where you may be the only accountable person where you are. So give yourself strength and power, but most importantly, grace to say, I'm doing this for me. One day people will observe me because people are actually watching you change and grow. Now, they might not ever say anything to you, but they're observing it because they are like, well, let's see how this gonna go. I bet you this ain't gonna work out. It actually is. And for even for the people who came, did some stuff and left, are still saying, it worked. It worked for me and it changed some things, because people believe that they only had, and to no fault of theirs, because other people, when you go to other people's programs and everything, it's not really long term, because it's not really changing. So unless you have this thing that you can't shake, you believe that, oh, I needed it, I got it, and I move on. But personal accountability is a lifelong commitment, because you are going to be changing, you are going to be growing. The last thing that I'd like to say is that I did the PA for today, and the Real Leader Brain for today is the word universal. And the definition of universal is relates to everyone in the world, or everyone in a particular group or society. Relates to everyone in the world, or everyone in a particular group or society. And what I said on both the video and the audio is that the 74 principles of real leadership are universal. And I will continue to say that until I'm no longer here. It's the only thing that unites us as an adult population in the world. It is the only concept that unites us. Everything else separates us. Either work, it's personal, it's professional, it's emotional, it's mental illness, or something else. But the 74 principles of real leadership is the language of personal accountability, and it allows us to relate to everyone in the world, everyone in a group, or everyone in society. It is the answer. It is oxygen. It is penicillin. It is the cure for all things unaccountable. We had a client yesterday. She was taking a break. She works from home. She was talking about people at her job virtually that weren't doing their job. And that always happens. You're doing your part, and some other unaccountable adult is not doing their part, and it impacts your part. When everyone learns how to hold themselves personally accountable using the 74 principles of real leadership, which are universal, it's going to eliminate every human problem that we actually have. Every human problem in day-to-day life. Not this, oh, the wars, is it? I'm saying navigating through your day-to-day life is universal when you use the principles of real leadership. Conflict is going to happen because that's human nature, but you will be able to use those principles to resolve it quickly, and we're not going to be passing this shit down to the A's and whatever generation is coming after them. Graham said, I'm getting a new job and is giving paperwork today. I'm excited and different from jobs I've done before. Well, good. So that's challenging yourself, and that's taking a risk. So congratulations to you, and hope that it all goes well. But you need to be accountable, personally accountable at this new job. So don't take your old whatever from your other job, and a fresh start sometimes is your best start. Okay, with that being said, we got an 8 o'clock appointment. I need to go and do personal hygiene and get some stuff done that I didn't get done this morning because I had some other stuff taking place. So I will be back tomorrow, God willing, higher power in the universe, same time, same place, safe space, different brain t-shirt. You all go off and enjoy the rest of your day and be flexible. Take care.